Hey Starlings! This video is what I was discussing in my last video, discussing about, if I can say discussing one more time, but this is talking about Aruba and how accessible it was for me being in a wheelchair on the resort and during the one excursion touring their island. Now I personally do love Aruba. It is a desert island, so if you are going to visit Aruba, know that it is very hot, very little breeze on the hotel zone side of the island. And you will need a lot of sunscreen, and it is hard to find shade at times. Quick fun fact, which I think is very, very cool: if you happen to speak a different language other than English, you are in luck, because everyone in Aruba that works there, from locals to those who work at the hotels, they all know at least 4 to 5 different languages fluently, because there are about 94 to 95 different ethnicities / nationalities within the island, which I think is very cool. And yet here we are in America, barely knowing one language. Regardless, this is not discussing how cool Aruba is, it is discussing how cool it is for those who are in wheelchairs, so let's get on with that. Video will be quick because I have other things to do today, so I'm going to talk very, very fast. You might just have to slow this video down if you want to know what I'm saying. To get to and from the airport, and also for the excursion, which was touring the island and their different landmarks, we used Cho-Yo-Yo. I'll put a picture up of the card. For me it was difficult to read, but they were great. They were fantastic company to work with. I really, really did like them. I met someone at the resort, their daughter is in a wheelchair, and they were asking me like what did I think about it, and this is what inspired me to actually make this little 2-part series discussing how accessible Aruba is in Mexico and other places that I might visit in the future. Aruba is, while it's a beautiful island, and that company was great when they took me to the Natural Bridge, they took me to their the California Lighthouse, and they took us generally just around the island so we could see the high point of the island and the lowest point, and you can see everything. It's very, very cool. You can see the very, very windy side of the island on the north and the very, very calm waters on the south. They wanted to know what my experience was even on the resort, and the resort's a little bit different than what it is in Mexico. In Aruba, while the employees there are very, very nice, they aren't 1000% genuinely wanting to help you even if you don't need it like people in Mexico are. And also the resort I stayed at was the TTDEYE and Tamarin resort, the all-inclusive resort, and when I was there they only had one handicap room, and the handicap room, while they had a bigger bathroom than the one in Mexico, the room was very, very small and it was hard for me to get around even though I have a small chair. But I did hear from people that have timeshares over there, I made some friends, acquaintances. They had told me that they were making new handicap accessible rooms in the high-rises parts of the hotel. So here's hope that they've made more and updated their hotel rooms. And if they happen to see this, that's my one complaint, is to make the shower bigger in your handicap accessible bathrooms. The size of the bathroom is nice, except the shower is way too tiny. You will definitely need help transferring if you cannot stand up and get into the shower yourself. And also, the beds don't need to be so big, or expand the room a little bit, because I probably banged up their bed footboards really, really badly, and I'm so sorry. They do have decent ramps on the resort area, but as soon as you go off of their resort, it can get kind of rocky at times. From what I remember, there was not a nightclub, a restaurant / casino area. It was better than Mexico's ramps, but it was still kind of rocky. It was a trip. It was a workout. But if you do plan to go on an excursion to see the island of Aruba, which I highly recommend you do, they are very, very good about making sure that you get to have the best experience that they can possibly give you. I got to get right up to the Natural Bridge, hi Bubba, and I got to get so close that I could have even gone onto Baby Bridge, because the actual Natural Bridge had collapsed a couple of years ago. By a couple of years, I mean like 2007. You can get right up to the California Lighthouse. There is a church that they use as a tourist site. I could get into the church because they did have a steep ramp, but I was able to get into the church, which was very, very cool. Hopefully I still have pictures that I can show you. It's very hot. I will warn you again, it is very, very hot there. So again, if you have any heat sensitivity, sunlight sensitivity, you might want to discuss with your travel agent before going. They do have wheelchairs to help get you to the beach, but they are it's $60 a day to use it. And in Mexico, I don't think they charged us. From what I can remember, they didn't charge us for using the wheelchair. But thankfully I have Ruth with me, and the beaches there are much, much smaller than those in Mexico. So we were able to just put me into our lounge chairs and then just kind of scoot me towards the water. Like, that's how small the beaches were. And we even had some help getting my wheelchair next to the seats with other people that were at the hotel. They were very, very nice to help us out. They were just other tourists like us. They weren't employees. We couldn't really find many employees walking around like you can in Mexico, which was, it was different. It wasn't bad. My dog was wanting attention. Do you want attention? Do you want attention, Luna? Yes. Yes. Hi, buddy. Oh, hello. Oh, hello, sir. Hi. Can you smile for the audience? Oh, look at those chompers. Stay tuned because I will be making a video on what it's like owning Wheaten Terriers. In my life, I've had 3. So, and they're all very, very different. Hi, buddy. Luna's too short to show the camera. Come here, baby. Come here. Milo, get down. 1 second. Hi. Oh, gosh. Hi, baby. But yes, this video was extremely short. I'm so sorry. But Aruba was a small, happy island, and those were pretty much all of my complaints and issues being on the island, being a paraplegic. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. You look so much bigger on the camera than you do in person. But I love Aruba, and I definitely do plan to one day go back. I would love to. Hi. Not just for all the free drinks and free food. Well, wait. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. All my social media links are down in the description box below, along with my Patreon. You guys can join for as low as $1 a month and get content that you will not see anywhere else, and also join the Starling family. It's easier for me to communicate with you guys because it is a smaller group of people there. My books are also down in the description box below. I am very, very proud of each and every single one of them. So be sure to check those out. You can get those for as low as $15.50 for my short stories and $20 for my series 2459 with its sequel 0101. Comment down below what you'd like to see in the next video. If you like this video, if you have any questions about Aruba that I did not answer in this video, I will do my very, very best to answer them for you. Hi, baby. What else? Give this video a like. It does genuinely help me out. If you can't support me any other way, it is 100% free to just click the like button, and it does help me out significantly, and I thank you so much for that. And with all that being said, Starlings, I will see you all later, hopefully, with my fur babies. Hey, wanna say goodbye? Wanna say bye-bye? Oh gosh, you're heavy. Never mind. Bye. Bye. Are you done with me? Are you done? Yeah, you're done.